Coming up on Chapman News, we bring you the details of the annual State of the City address.
And we'll have a live studio interview with a student fighting back against new party rules.
And coming up on Chapman News, Fred Couples, Tom Watson, they're warming up for the Toshiba Classic. That's coming for you live when we come back.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Chapman News. I'm Kaylee Davis.
And I'm Natasha Martinez. Mayor Teresa Smith spoke to the Orange community in her annual State of the City address. Bailey Maloney was there to get the details.
Thursday at noon, the State of the City was held. Among many speeches, one remark stood out among the rest.
As a 38-year resident of Orange, I've learned it is the relationships, the friendships, the families, and the community leaders that make, as the mayor predicted, Sweet Orange a slice of heaven.
Because of local residents' loyalty, the history of Orange refuses to be forgotten. A long-standing tradition in Orange is the honor of Citizen of the Year. Gaddy Vasquez received this award. He worked for 22 years in the public sector, starting as an Orange County cop.
The City of Orange is home to many businesses and many employers. From small enterprises to multi-million-dollar corporations. The Orange Chamber serves as the voice of business for the Orange community.
Orange Chamber awarded Businesses of the Year. The large business recipient was the heart of the community, Chalk Hospital. The second was awarded to the longest established and privately owned home care company in Orange, Colonial Home Care.
As cities continue to tear down and remake themselves every few decades, we hold on to our past with pride.
Mayor Smith addressed the State of the City in 2012, also talked about the future plans for 2013. Many awards were given, and the City of Orange historical value was illuminated. This has been Bailey Maloney reporting Chapman News.
April 6th will be the city's 125th birthday, so a happy early birthday to a city that only gets better with age.
And Chapman President Jim Doty wears a lot of hats on campus, but the latest, children's book author. Emily Villa has the inside scoop.
Chapman University President Jim Doty is far from a sophomore slump with the second children's book he's authored. Tonight, he is celebrating the release of Jimmy Finds His Voice with a book signing at Chemers Gallery. And he is little Jimmy.
It involved a true story, a transformative experience in my life that I wanted to share with young people. I love children's literature.
President Doty's second children's book deals with a speech impediment he struggled with as a child, and he's helping children just like him with proceeds of tonight's book sales benefiting Chapman University's own program in communication sciences and disorders.
So with the book and him having a speech impediment and us being speech pathologists, we have direct connections with the kids like the kid in the book.
Lindsay is one of many graduate students and aspiring speech pathologists who will benefit from the evening. Gallery owner Karen Robb also pledged a portion of the evening's art sales to the university's program. For Donna Atala, that means leaving with 3 paintings and 6 signed copies of the book.
I love the fact that he's helping to support a speech program in Chapman, and that he's writing about things that are part of his life.
In the story, I figure out a way to deal with the problem, the challenge, and overcome it, overcome the problem. And that's the important lesson.
But the kids get the final say.
I love my book.
Reporting from Chemers Gallery, I'm Emily Villa, Chapman News.
Doty has a third children's book in the works to finish the trilogy of Little Jimmy.
And the results for the SGA elections are in. Wes Rapaport has the details.
Chapman has a new SGA president. After online voting had been open for 2 days, the results are in for the seat of president and vice president. Natalia Sabotna beat out Andrew Schreier with 863 votes. Chris Im ran unopposed for VP and earned 763 votes. SGA celebrated with a cake on hand to welcome in the new executives. The president-elect says she looks forward to moving Chapman in a positive direction.
It's such a relief that so many people supported me, and I just can't wait to start and can't wait to do all the things that I wanted to do. And I'm really excited to work with Chris and the rest of the new Senate that's going to come and just make the school a better place. I really do believe in the issues that I've advocated for, including increasing academic support and just kind of addressing the social divides in our campus. I think I need to educate myself, and one of my first steps continuing this semester is starting to reach out to different communities on campus and learning about how I can be an advocate and an ally for them.
And that was Wes Rapaport reporting. We'll have the president and vice president with us next week for an interview. The city of Orange is now cracking down on partying. Residents will no longer receive a warning prior to receiving a misdemeanor for noise complaints.
Here in the studio, we have the voice for Chapman students in the matter. Hunter Stutzman is fighting back. Welcome, Hunter.
Thank you.
So this all got started a few weeks ago with a small party you had at your house, and the police came and gave you a fine for a misdemeanor. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yeah. It was Friday, February 22nd, and we were having a bus come pick people up from my house. It wasn't even really a party. It was a bus rendezvous of sorts. And we had a couple people show up, and then at about 9:30 is when people started coming. And at 10:09, I think, is when the ticket is written. So it took about a half an hour for the police to show up and write the ticket. And there was probably a total of 30 people in my house. I mean, and we were just waiting for a bus, so it wasn't really a big deal.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing to fight back exactly?
About a week after it happened, I emailed the city council about my distaste for the law, I guess. And I got a contact back from one of the councilmen, Dennis Bilodeau, and he said that he agreed with me, that he thought that the laws were unconstitutional and the way that they were dealing with them was unconstitutional, and he wanted me to fight back. And so I had an interview with the Orange County Register last week, and it should come out in the paper sometime soon. Great. And just trying to bring awareness to the situation.
That's good. So have you received any other response from any other city officials besides Bilodeau?
I've had a couple responses from a couple other councilmen, but none as positive, I guess I would say. I actually am going to call one of the other councilmen later this week. He contacted me and wanted to have a conversation. So, I mean, I'm doing everything I can to create as much of a buzz as I can.
Great. So what are some solutions that you would give?
I think that, honestly, a Greek row is something that Chapman could really benefit from. I think that we see a lot of the issues be that the residents are unhappy with the noise that happens in the neighborhoods. And I think that having somewhere where Chapman students can go and have their fun is a great way to have a good time in college and still keep the peace in Orange. And I think that the problem is that we're meeting a lot of resistance from the city of Orange to build that. And I think that building a Greek row would be good. I think another thing that would help this situation is bringing back the neighborhood feel. Like, why are we having to worry about the cops coming? Why can't our neighbors come and talk to us? Why is it not, we're humans, we're people. Why can't someone talk to us about, hey, I got work tomorrow, you know, can you please keep the noise down? I know personally if someone did that, if a neighbor came to me and said, hey, I have work tomorrow, can you keep the noise down? I would send everyone home in an instant. And I think that that's something that we should bring back. And I think that people are using the police and using fines and fees for things that they don't need to.
Well, thank you so much for telling us about the situation and giving us the inside scoop. We'll hope to see you again soon. I hope everything goes well for you.
Thank you.
So first Jesuit and first Latin American Roman Catholics around the world are celebrating a new pope. Our own Tom Jackson reports from the Vatican in Rome.
$1.2 billion Catholics and even more curious observers glued their eyes to the Sistine Chapel Wednesday night to hear the words, Habemus Papam, or We Have a Pope. After the surprising resignation of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI, which hadn't happened in over 600 years, there's much speculation who the new leader of the Catholic Church and the Holy See would be. Many names are thrown around, including 2 cardinals from the U.S., but as the saying goes, enter the conclave of Pope, leave a cardinal.
Then, around 8 p.m. Wednesday night, with rain falling on their heads, over 100,000 Catholics stood here in St. Peter's Square to welcome Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio as new Pope Francis I.
Bergoglio, a Jesuit and cardinal from Argentina, was a surprise to many as people saw him as a long shot due to his age and health, especially after Benedict XVI resigned for those same reasons. As the first Latin American pope, there is hope within the Catholic community. He brings the same enthusiasm to his papacy as is common to Latin American Catholics.
For now, there is much excitement here in the Vatican and all over Rome at the new election of the 266th leader of the Catholic Church. From St. Peter's Square, I'm Tom Jackson, Chapman News.
Pope Francis I will begin his duties as the first non-European pope in history.
A former Mission Viejo swim coach has been banned for life by swimming's national governing body after he had an inappropriate relationship with a female teenage swimmer. Daniel Dusenbury was banned after officials found a DVD filled with explicit details of their long-term sexual relationship. The team's officials commented that as early as 2006, Dusenbury was involved in a relationship that lasted for more than 4 years with a 15-year-old swimmer from Aliso Niguel High. Dusenbury has not yet commented on his punishment.
And running 3 miles is a physical test, but running 26 miles is an examination of the soul. 20,000 people will take to the streets of Los Angeles on Sunday to run, walk, and pray that the luck of the Irish will be upon them during the 28th LA Marathon. A warm morning is predicted where runners will embark on a 26-mile course. The race will start at Dodger Stadium and end in Santa Monica, so make sure to take an alternate route and plan for heavy traffic. And of course, you can always run for a good cause. Many runners find their own sponsors and donate to the charity of their choice. Doctors advise runners to wear hats and old shoes. And you wouldn't know newspapers were dying by all the well-heeled suitors courting the LA Times. There's Warren Buffett, Rupert Murdoch, Aaron Kushner, the owner of Orange County Register, and now those billionaire Texans. The Koch brothers are looking at the books of the once bankrupt Times and its parent, the Tribune Company.
The Koch brothers are famous for their wealth. They're number 6 on Forbes' world's richest list. Not only are they known for their billions, they're also known for their conservative politics, which, to put it lightly, is rich given the famously liberal views of the Times editorial page. The Tribune Company just emerged from bankruptcy. Koch brothers' Koch industry owns oil and gas pipelines, paper companies, and cattle. Stay tuned because this Times story is just getting good. After the break, we'll catch you up on the results of Miss Delta Queen and Colors Fly at the Holi Festival this Wednesday.
Spring is just around the corner and the weather in the Southland is starting to heat up. I'll let you know the hot spots for this weekend coming up on Chapman News.
No!
Oops.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back. I'm Kaylee Davis.
And I'm Natasha Martinez. Nicole Chenoweth has our weather for this afternoon. Nicole, it's been warm all week. Please tell us that the sun is going to continue throughout the weekend.
I have some good news for you, Natasha. The sun and the heat are here to stay, so I'm going to take a walk over here to show you some current temps for Southern California. We are experiencing a bit of a heat wave right now. We are having a little bit above average temperatures. As you can see right now in LA, it is 55 degrees. Head a little bit south to San Diego. Kind of the same weather, 55 degrees as well. If you go a little bit more inland to Blythe, our desert city, it's 69, so a little bit heated up the closer and closer you get inland. But as you stay in the coast, it's going to be in the high 50s, low 60s range, which is a little bit warmer than we are expected. So lots of sunshine right now. As you can see right now, we are having kind of a bit of a heat wave right now. You can see Phoenix is 94, a little bit warm right now, especially since it hasn't even been the first official day of spring, but I'll get to that a little later on in the segment. So 94 degrees in Phoenix again. Vegas, Nevada is having 90s. And then in Southern California, we are staying in the 60s, high 60s range, but it's going to continue to heat up. Lots of sunshine right now. And as you can see, we have this awesome Instagram photo thanks to the mighty juice box for our very own Dodge College. Lots of sunshine out right now. So thank you, all of us here at Chapman News. We'll give that a nice like. And as we go into our national map, you can see a heat wave is taking up for a majority of the country. All of the orange and yellow are places that are a little bit above average and having some record high right now. You can see it kind of sweeps across the whole country right now. So is a little bit warmer, not just in Southern California, but nationwide. There are a couple states up in our northern regions and a little bit down in Florida as well that are going to be a little bit on the cooler side, so they're not getting that heat that we're enjoying right now. They are going to be a little bit cooler. And as we look at our 5-day forecast, Friday, right now, we are going to have a high of 82 with a low of 55. Going into the weekend, Saturday, high of 79, low of 55. Sunday, high of 77 and low of 54. And as we start next week's work week, we are going to have twin temperatures with a high of 73 and a low of 52. Sunday also is going to be St. Patrick's Day, so lots of activities, lots of things to do to celebrate the Irish in the Southland. So just make sure you stay cool and, more importantly, you stay hydrated. For those of you looking to make the most of this warm weather, though, I have a few options you might want to consider. First, the weather that made me come to Southern California in the first place is here this weekend. You may want to hit the beach. The Newport Coast will have a high of 68 both Saturday and Sunday. Beautiful, perfect weather. Still a little chilly in the evening with a low of 54, but much warmer temperature than we're used to, so be aware this means larger crowds. So leave a little bit earlier, so you might want to find a parking spot. And if you're looking for an active adventure rather than leisure, go and take a hike, take a run in Peters Canyon. This may do the trick. Tustin will have a high of 76 Saturday, Sunday 73. Make sure to bring water if you plan to head out for a hike. Hot temperatures throughout the day. And for all of you that just want to escape reality, head down the street to one of my favorite places, Disneyland. No doubt those lines will be lengthy and hot, but if you just want to cool off, head over to Splash Mountain. That's all I have for weather today. As we look forward to spring break, we're one step closer to the official spring season beginning on Wednesday. I can't wait for those bright colors to emerge in Orange County. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Nicole. It looks like spring is upon us. And talking about colors, students at Chapman University busted out all their new colors on Memorial Lawn Wednesday. Brogan Gage was there to cover an East meets West tradition.
For itself. Dating as far back as the 7th century, every year thousands of Hindus join together for the Festival of Colors, also known as Holi.
Even though Memorial Lawn is empty right now, just a few minutes ago, hundreds of students, including myself, were on the lawn throwing paint to say goodbye to winter and hello to spring with the Festival of Holi.
So today we had our annual traditional Holi festival, which celebrates a Hindu festival celebrated in India and many other countries around the region. But we do it every year at Chapman. It's been going on for about 5 years, where we get colored powder and water, and you basically just get to throw colors at your friends. You wish each other a happy Holi.
Holi serves many different purposes for the Hindu religion, including the celebration of the new season and paying tribute to events in Hindu mythology. Holi is also a popular holiday because it brings people together. Whether you're a boy or girl, freshman or senior, there's fun for everyone.
What was the most fun part about today?
Just like being silly and having fun and not caring and getting dirty.
It was just like letting go and like kind of acting like a kid again for a little while and just like throwing every color possible to people. It was really fun.
From Memorial Lawn, Brogan Gage, Chapman News.
The actual Holi Festival doesn't take place until Wednesday, March 27th, and will continue until the 28th.
And with a new pope comes a new queen. This isn't your typical pageant queen, she's a Delta queen. Maritza Villa has the story.
14 girls, one cause. The men of Delta Tau Delta hosted the 6th annual Delta Queen pageant Thursday night. Their goal, to raise funds for the Bextran Cancer Foundation.
Bextran Cancer Foundation is a local nonprofit organization. They're based in Newport Beach, and they reach out to cancer patients and families who have cancer in unusual and not the same means that other cancer foundations would do.
Each Greek organization nominates one contestant to compete in personality walk, talent, evening gown, and onstage question.
The whole thing I tell all the girls is just like show your personality, like just be who you want to be and just like own it, because that's what the judges are looking for. They're not really looking for like model, you know, so just more fun.
Thanks to the support of donors and attendees, the fraternity has raised over $100,000 in the past 5 years. The Chapman community filled every seat of Memorial Hall to cheer on their favorite Greek women. This year's winner was sophomore Kristen Mabry. This is the second year in a row that sorority Gamma Phi Beta has taken home the crown. Reporting for Chapman News, I'm Maritza Viella.
As for now, Delta Tau Delta is still counting how much they raised this year. Last year, the fraternity raised $30,000.
And coming up, Gardy will give you the sports from the Best Campus Sports Show. Gardy?
The madness of March arrives early in the OC. We go in-depth with the biggest basketball event in Orange County. Plus,
and coming up, a live report from the Toshiba Classic. I'll have all of that for you next on the Best Campus Sports Show.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
Oh, on campus, so excited for you.
You know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Welcome back to Chapman News. I'm Kaylee Davis.
And I'm Natasha Martinez, and now we have our very own Gardner Royce here in the studio, ready to tell us about the busy week in Orange County sports. Gardy?
thanks. March Madness is here a week early for Orange County Hoops fans. The Big West Conference basketball tournament is at the Honda Center this weekend to determine who is going to the big dance. 8-seed Cal State Fullerton band is rocking out, taking on the #1 seed Long Beach State and James Ennis, the Big West Player of the Year. Early on in this one, Titans hanging with the Beach as Alex Harris goes for a game-high 19 points. To the second we go, the Beach by 10 at the break. Kwame Vaughn, look out below. He'd have 19 as well, and here's 2 of them. Mike Caffey then gets the dunk contest going with this impressive slam. He then salutes the troop after. Check out that vertical. Long Beach State has some serious hops. Let's go inside, shall we? Dan Jennings slams it home. Well done, big man. But it's all to set up Mr. Highlight. James Ennis going coast to coast and finishing strong. 15 points on the night for him. Long Beach State would beat Cal State Fullerton for the 6th time in a row this tournament, 75-66. 5th seed Hawaii cheerleaders getting their hula set for this one as the Warriors take on the best hair in college basketball, Mike Wilder and the #4 UC Irvine. Early on, Alex Young hits Will Davis with a bounce pass for the dunk. Nice play for the sophomore, and the students love it. But Hawaii's answering. Vander Joachim banks it off the glass, but it's not enough as the Anteaters lead by 22 at the half. Second half, Hawaii climbing back. Look how fired up Christian Stan Hardinger is. He cuts the deficit to 10. And that's when the hair took over. Mike Wilder with the deep 3. Timely scoring is his MO. And then on the next defensive play, he comes up with the steal, races down the court, drawing the contact, count it, and 1. UCI would beat Hawaii 71-60. But earlier in the day, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and UC Davis But this one was all slow from the start as Dylan Roy hits the three-pointer, part of his game-high 17 points. Second half, Cal Poly only up 1, and then they start to pull away. UU, yes, yes, lays it in on the attack. More Mustangs coming as they find Reese Morgan open on the wing. He hits the three and the contact. Morgan would convert on the 4-point play, and SLO went on to beat UC Davis 64-41. Sports Director Trent Sloan reports.
Thanks, Gardy. Yeah, not a whole lot of surprises on day one of the Big West tournament. Every team that was supposed to win did. And we got to see Long Beach State, the dominant force in the Big West. The problem for them is their non-conference schedule. They lost UCLA, Arizona, North Carolina, all good teams, but they lost all those games by double digits. So the big question of the weekend, does Long Beach State have to win this tournament to get into the big tournament? And the answer, yes. Coach Don Munson knows exactly what his team needs to do.
We're not good enough to look past anybody. And I think we've had a whole season to prove that. And everybody's got to contribute. You don't go to the NCAA tournament without it being a team. And we've just got to band together and be a team the next 2 days.
All right, so the Friday schedule is as follows. Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo will play against Pacific. That game starts at 6:30, and then once that one's over, about a half hour later, Long Beach State will take on UCI. Reporting from Honda Center, I'm Trent Schlom, Chapman News.
Thanks, Trent. The Toshiba Classic is also in full swing this weekend. Newport Beach Country Club playing host to the Champions Tour for Orange County's only professional golf tournament. Wes Rapaport is live in Newport now. Good afternoon, Wes.
Hey, Gardy. Yeah, good afternoon to you. Round one of the Toshiba Classic underway this morning after yesterday's Pro-Am, but the fun began Tuesday morning. A handful of celebs coming out to support diabetes research for the first ever Toshiba Classic Skills Challenge. SportsCenter anchor Stan Verrett, just one of the familiar faces at the Toshiba Classic Skills Challenge this week. Celebrity athletes and TV personalities participating in Tuesday's fundraiser for the Mary and Dick Allen Diabetes Center.
To be able to participate in an event like this and help out the community is fantastic.
I love golf, to be a part of it, to help out the cause. You know, it was a fun day, great day.
Other stars supporting the cause, each on a team with a pro golfer in this weekend's tournament. It would be John Cook's team that won the Skills Challenge, tearing up the competition. While this event is mostly fun and games, the pros are back this weekend to play in the tournament. They have a lighthearted mentality heading into the weekend with no grand expectations.
You know, it is golf. Something might click while I'm sitting out here messing around the range. You just find a little something.
I'm feeling like I'm 65 years of age, and I'll finish 54 holes, and I'll take that as a positive.
Tuesday's Skills Challenge, a chance for celebrities to give back to the community. And Gardy, the fun doesn't stop there. I've been told that the water on the 17th hole will be dyed green on Sunday to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And there are gold coins hidden throughout the course as part of a gold scavenger hunt with one lucky fan given the opportunity, a chance to swing for $1 million. Now, a quick update at the leaderboard. Roger Chapman leading this tournament right now at 3 under, and he is just above Peter Sr., Bob Tway, Jim Gallagher, and 3 others, all at 2 under. Reporting live from Newport Beach Country Club, I'm Wes Rapaport, Chapman News.
Thanks, Wes. Looks like you got a great weekend planned out there. Speaking of great weekends, here's a preview of upcoming events in Chapman sports. Women's water polo is at Cal Baptist tournament that gets started pretty quickly at 1 o'clock. Later this afternoon at 2, the softball begins their doubleheader against Occidental. Game 2 is scheduled for 4 o'clock, and both are being played at El Camino Real Park. And at the same time, the ladies' tennis is at Laverne. Coming in later at 3 o'clock, baseball opens their series against the Pomona Pitzer Sagans. That's all for sports. Back to you, ladies.
Thank you so much, everyone. Gardner Royce.
Thank you, Gardy. And coming up, Taylor Wing has your entertainment report, and she gives you a look inside the Busan West Film Festival.
Busy this weekend. I'll tell you the hottest spots to be seen at after the break.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Kaylee Davis.
And I'm Natasha Martinez.
Now, Natasha, are you ready for my favorite part of the newscast?
I sure am, because it's my favorite too.
Well, Taylor Wing has our entertainment report. Taylor, give us the scoop.
That's right, ladies. There is so much going on in Orange County this weekend. Chapman's dance department is excited to present Concert in Time, an intimate evening of dance presented by Chapman student choreographers. The show began last night and runs until Saturday, with nightly performances at 7:30 p.m. and an additional performance at 2 p.m. on Saturday. The performances will take place at the Partridge Dance Center, and tickets are $5 at the door. This Sunday, Orange County Youth Symphony Orchestra celebrates its 43rd season, featuring the 86-member-strong official youth orchestra of Orange County, featuring the fantastic symphony. They will hold a performance Sunday at 4 p.m. in Memorial Hall, with tickets $10 for general admission and $5 for senior citizens, students, and alumni. People finally went back to the movies, or rather, a movie. Sam Raimi's Oz the Great and Powerful earned $80.3 million at the North American box office, according to the preliminary estimate of its relieved sponsors at Disney. The 3D PG-rated prequel to the 1939 MGM classic musical, The Wizard of Oz, dominated the weekend, accounting for 58% of the total domestic revenue, making it the year's first blockbuster. Another twist on the classic Wizard of Oz is having its closing performance at Segerstrom Music Hall in Costa Mesa this Sunday. The traveling musical of Wicked has 5 performances planned from Friday to Sunday, with nightly performances at 7:30 all 3 evenings and 2 p.m. matinees on both Saturday and Sunday. The popular musical tells the story from the view of the misunderstood and not really so wicked, Wicked Witch. Tickets start at $45. And college filmmakers, here's your chance to win an Oscar. Well, kind of. The Academy is now accepting entries for the Student Academy Awards. This year marks the 40th annual competition to promote excellence in student cinema. Over 500 college and university students from all over the world compete for awards, cash, and grants. Spike Lee, Robert Zemeckis, and John Lasseter are just a few past winners. The due date is April 1st, so make sure to check out Oscars.org for more information. And Chapman University hosted a film festival of international proportions this past weekend. Students, Pan-Asian movie enthusiasts, and the former California governor himself gathered at Dodge College to kick off the Busan West Film Festival last Friday night. The night began with a red carpet, which was graced with the presence of various Asian directors, stars, and even the mayor of Irvine. Inside, the Busan West Icon Award was presented to director of The Last Stand, Kim Ji-woon. Following was the screening of the director's movie, which starred Arnold Schwarzenegger and Johnny Knoxville. The Q&A proceeded to an after-party for guests and filmmakers alike to enjoy. The Dean of College, Bob Bassett, mentioned how grateful and proud he was to host such an esteemed film festival. This marked the 3rd annual Busan Film Festival, which ran all the way through Sunday the 10th. Tune in next Friday for more on your latest entertainment news. Kaylee, Natasha, have you guys had a chance to go see Oz yet?
I did. I actually went last Saturday. I had so much fun watching it. Did you go to get a chance to see it?
I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet, but I know that that's something I definitely want to get done this weekend.
It's definitely a must-see. All right, well, that's all we have for today's show. Make sure to log on to our website, chapmannews.tv, to see all of our episodes, Chapman Newsies bios, and top headlines.
And make sure you also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Chapman News, Twitter @Chapman News, and YouTube at youtube.com/you guessed it, Chapman News.
Thank you so much for watching Chapman News, especially all those in Argyros Forum Student Union watching us live for the first time. Thank you. I'm Natasha Martinez.
And I'm Kaylee Davis. Have a great weekend, everybody.